So here's a simple setup that assists in our efforts to get the rib cage to expand evenly 360 degrees to allow for the lungs to expand. In this setup, we'll be in child's pose, which is down on the knees, folded forward. What this is going to do is help us block off the front of the body from expanding so that as we inhale and relax further into this position, that inflow of oxygen is biased to expanding the back ribs and the side ribs. So sending that inflation, that expansion, that spaciousness into the rib cage towards the back and towards the sides. The way we're going to do this is by taking a rolled up towel, or in this case, a nice winter sweater. I'm going to roll it up in a nice tight bundle. You may need to play with the thickness that's right for you. Now, the reason I have this nice and tight, I don't want it to be too squishy. We're going to put this right here in the crease of the hips as we fold into child's pose over this bundle. Now, I don't want this just sitting underneath the ribs, only in the belly. I want this bundle as I fold to capture some of the bottom ribs as well and to trap those, to squish them so that they can't expand as easily on that inhale. This is what's going to help send that expansion to the back and to the sides instead of the front. So I have my bundle nice and tucked into the hips. I'm folding over. I can feel that my bottom ribs get trapped by that bundle. And here we are. You can take as long as you want here, honestly. There's no need to rush this. Part of the beauty of this setup is the ease and relaxation that we can bring to the system over time. So here I'm beginning. Inhales through the nose, exhale through the nose or the lips, and starting to sink on in. If you're having trouble already breathing in this position, it's a sign that you need it. It means that because we've blocked off the front, the body's having trouble opening up and finding breath or getting space for those lungs to expand with just the spaces that we've given it, that we've left available to it, which are the back and the sides. That means that either you can't expand those areas as well as you need to for the lungs to inflate, or your body doesn't feel good about having to get its lung expansion only from those areas. So here we are. Breath over breath, sinking further down. On my inhale, it's slow and steady. I'm not forcing it, but I am trying to make it steady and long. And I'm trying to send that breath into the area between the shoulder blades, into the area underneath the armpits, the side ribs. I'm thinking of breathing east to west, breathing the ribs east to west. I'm thinking of breathing into the space between my shoulder blades and stretching those ribs apart from each other with that inhale. And I'm allowing gravity to take me on that exhale and sink a little bit lower. Not so low that I cannot breathe at all, but seeing if I can't gain a little range and relax into the position further, breath over breath. Here you see I have my elbows bent. I'm using them as a bit of a prop or support. If I want, I can actually drive the ground away through the elbows, and that's going to help me round that mid-back even further. And if I can feel a sensation of rounding or stretch in that mid-back, that gives me a bit of a felt target to breathe into. I can inhale into that area in a way that increases that stretch, exhaling, trying to round a little bit further. If you find yourself lifting with each inhale, that's a sign that you're either starting a little too deep, or you can be doing a better job directing that airflow towards the back and the sides. If we're lifting, that's a sign that the belly is expanding and looking for room to do so by pulling us out of the depth of that position. So we can get deeper over time. We don't have to start so deep that we can't breathe, but see if you can't pick a position and direct that airflow to the mid-back and to the sides of the rib cage. We can increase the position or the depth of the position over time by walking those fingers out with each exhale, seeing if we can't get them a little further overhead. You may not feel a stretching sensation in the mid-back or the side ribs as you begin this practice for the first time, and that's okay. If you do, fantastic. Just know that that's something that we're looking for over time.
is to acquire a felt sensation of stretching into that tissue. Sinking lower. 2 minutes at least here is my goal for this position. Lower, lower, lower. Allowing that chest to come towards the thighs, thinking about eventually laying your chest down on your knees. If this position is too hard to breathe in entirely and you feel like you can't get a breath, I suggest coming up on the elbows. We can get a bit of stretch by tucking the chin and assisting that with the hands. Go ahead and drive the ground away through your elbows. Create a bit of a stretching sensation between your shoulder blades and breathe into that as your target. And I would suggest staying here as long as it takes to maybe feel a little bit more ease in the position, a little bit less of that short breath feeling that you might have had in the initial setup. And once you feel like, oh, okay, I feel I can get a deeper breath and those areas are opening up a bit more, then we can go ahead and progress that position a little bit, walking those elbows out, sinking a little deeper. Again, 2 to 5 minutes would be a great place to start here. Breathing into the back and into the side ribs.